obviously extra innings, back-to-back games, but a result a little bit different than Tuesday, one that you wanted to have.
Yeah, obviously it's great result getting the win, but I think the biggest thing was the process of the response, right? We talk about the response. So many guys responded after Tuesday. Hayden Cody, Nate DeShriver. In the game, Diego Gutierrez responded after a 4-run fourth and pitched a great fifth. Piper pitched great again out of the bullpen. I can't say enough about the work that Grady did with the guys this week, and Jared too as well, and the guys just believing in themselves and believing in the process. What makes them good and what makes them special is a total team effort. But and then the offense. They threw some good arms at us tonight. I thought the best arms that we've seen all year, and our hitters never gave up and picked each other up in some big spots tonight.
Let's talk about Gutierrez. He has the bad fourth inning. He has 3 walks, which matches how many he's had all season. What can you say about a kid that can, give that up and then go back out there and really look like his dominant self in his last inning of work?
The type of person he is. Saw it in the recruiting process in the summer. The dude has a great moxie about him. The way he wants to win, the way he competes, nothing phases him. Again, I thought he was kind of taxed in that fourth, but he got through it. Great mound visit by G to go out there and talk to him, settled in. And then we were able to answer back with 4, but he responded with a 0 in that top of the 5th. And I think it goes back to the type of person he is. He cares so much about this team. He cares about winning. It's not about him. And there was no flinch. We talk about no flinch in our program. There was no flinch out of him, out of his face, and out of his presence out there on the mound. And I thought that he did an excellent job of hanging in there. And I think that helped us win the game, bridge that gap in the 5th.
Bullpen shut it down too. All zeros in the bullpen. A couple guys got on here and there, but this week your bullpen has, aside from a handful of walks on Tuesday, they've worked themselves out a lot of jams this week.
Yeah, it was awesome to see the response, right? I'm going to say that word a lot here. But DeShriver coming in, and he was just pounding fastballs for strikes, and he got a little out of himself on Tuesday with that, but he showed that he got back to his ways, and he's a competitor, and he's got a personality to him that the guys are infectious. They rally behind, and I thought he did a great job. He made a couple good pitches. He threw a breaking ball there to get out of 1 jam out of the inning, and two clean innings was huge for us to bridge that gap and pass it to Piper, and another great inning out of Piper, inning and 2/3 or whatever out of Piper tonight, and then can't say enough about H-Co. H-Co has been so consistent from the fall to January to the winter, and then being able to slam the door like that and get out of some big spots and make some pitches to be able to secure that win.
Clean game defensively. Guys had some pretty good plays and a couple of plays that involved Cody off the glove. Mestis has done a really good job defensively, but that's not an easy play to get out of the 9th, and then again Cody staying with it in the 10th.
Yeah, I think give credit to the older guys, right? The slower heart rate, having an older guy on the mound there. Not we practice PFPs all the time with Coach Holland does a hell of a job, and so does Grady. They practice it every day, I feel like, and Hayden did a great job staying with it, getting his feet underneath, especially with a Fowler where it gets wet at night in the infield. And was been able to shove it all over to TK and get that out. So, and then Gage, like you said, being an older guy and confident in his ability and staying with it off that deflection and get the out there to get out of the jam. So, defense can't say enough about, and the pitching was excellent.
In terms of offense, execution on some, not executing on others, but you guys put together an overall good performance and that response. You talk about responses from Tuesday to now, but that response just in the 4th inning was very big and something you guys pride yourselves on.
Yeah, we get a leadoff walk, no doubt. We get a leadoff walk to start. We're down 5, we're chasing 5, get a leadoff walk. Loppy gets hit by a pitch, so you got 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Decided to bunt there. It's still in the 4th inning. TK's a great bunter. Didn't get it done. That's part of the game. Ghana flies out. And we got 2 outs with the guy on 1st and 2nd. We have a heck of a bat by Greer. He's celebrating like he hits a 3-run homer, and that's the little things. We celebrate the little things in this program, and when you see a freshman bought in on that, I can't say enough about Greer's night tonight at the plate against against good arms as a freshman. I mean, there was no flinch out of him, man. He was tough with his at-bats, but passed it on to Martinez, and Cade did a heck of a job again. Or Gage, and then Cade, and kept the line moving. We were able to score 4 with 2 outs. It says a lot about, again, the resilience, pass the torch mentality, get the next guy up. And that was a huge response to put us close in the game, 5-4 game.
Cade got his first start of the season. Said he was really doing well in practice and really earned that spot tonight. And then he goes out there and has a heck of a game. He's thrown at third, but you want him to be aggressive there. What can you say about the way Cade Martinez stepped up tonight at shortstop and then in the lineup?
Outstanding. I mean, these guys, they rally behind Cade. He's such a Torero. His attitude, his energy, the way he plays the game, the way he shows up every day. He's always happy. He's always smiling. He's got a positive attitude. And that guy's worked his tail off, and he's always ready for his name to get called on. And, it was great to see his start tonight and just being a senior out there, hitting the ball the other way. We're aggressive. We're going to run the bases aggressive. We're not going to shy away from that. And I have no problem with him trying to stretch out a triple there. And he continued to have great at-bats throughout the night. And it was awesome to see him go out there and do his thing tonight.
Last but not least, CJ Moran's been making a lot of clutch plays the last couple of days when you guys need it. Another one tonight.
Yeah, God. I mean, the moment didn't get too big for him, I mean, it's awesome, right? I mean, you got to give Marty a credit with a great at bat there, a 1-out walk, gets on, and then Howie smokes that ball to right there late in the game, and and I mean, Howie's been swinging the bat great, in the leadoff spot, put a lot of pressure on him up there, and then set the table for CJ and. Backside. We talk about backside all the time, and the guys who love it, they say backside in the dugout and rifled that ball to left. So did a great job. Did a great job all the way around and getting the next guy up. And they play together, man. They believe in one another. They're going to pick each other up like they did tonight if the guy in front of them didn't get it done. And there's no pout. There's no quit. There's no selfishness. And that's our process, and I give our guys a lot of credit.
Are you surprised by how many teams shift your lefties?
Yeah, we tend not to focus on it, but that's what we talk about the backside. I think it's a great point you bring that up. And again, it's like really staying with us and staying within our approach at the plate, to not get too mental about it. But if we continue to have great at bats and stay within our process, then the hits will come.
The numbers, specifically the walk numbers, wouldn't necessarily suggest that DeShriver would be the guy in a 5-5 game in that spot, but you put him in there in that moment. You were rewarded for it. What made you feel like he was the right guy to go to there, first one out of the pen in a tie game?
That was a great question. Trusting our pitching coach. Grady was so convicted in it, and he wanted DeShriver there in that moment, and said, I feel great about him, trusting the person. And I think that's a big part of it, really knowing your personnel, knowing your personality of each player. That's our job as a coach, to really get to know our players, to know how they're going to take here versus sometimes relying on the numbers of the matchup. And I give Grady a ton of credit, and he was very convicted in his opinion about bringing Nate in that time. And we've seen Nate do well. I mean, he's had, the walk numbers are up there and they're high. It doesn't always tell the story. But Grady was super convicted in it, and I'm going to stand by my coach if he's that convicted in it, and it worked out.
Coach, you're on campus earlier this week passing out tickets. A lot of students showed up, really created a dynamic environment. How'd you describe, their enthusiasm for your team tonight?
It was awesome. It was outstanding. I mean, just seeing the bullpit up there and moving the student section over to Section 1, and it was a blast being on campus. I mean, 75 degrees and passing out tickets, and a lot of people said, yeah, we're going to come support the Toreros, and they did show up tonight, and it was loud. It was energetic, and I think that's going to be contagious, hopefully moving us forward. And we just did an outstanding job as an admin, getting everything together and getting the atmosphere going in the ballpark. And then the student body was electric tonight. So keep on coming out.
First start tonight of the year, of course, you've come off the bench a couple times. You filled in defensively a couple of times. But in that 9 spot, you did a really good job of flipping the order back to the top. But, what were you feeling with, what was the most comfortable part of tonight in the box?
I don't know, just attacking the fastball. Our game plan going into it was, dominating the fastball. And so that's kind of just what I was doing, buying into the approach, and good things happen.
That first ball, the guy was kind of in on you, and obviously you saw it and tried to go all the way to third. You guys always preach like being aggressive, but what did you see there on that play?
I saw my third base coach waving me, and so I was like, I'm going. And then, I thought it was safe, honestly. But the ball beat me by a good amount.
Yeah, it was pretty close, though. You did a pretty good job acrobatically getting out of the way on the replay. Talk to us a little bit about how the pitching staff did today and what you saw from Gutierrez after the fourth inning.
I mean, Diego, coming back out in the fifth inning was just next level. He's a dog. He's been around the game for a while, and the poise, that's what I'd say, is the poise, and, firing everybody up, getting 3 outs, and getting us back on offense and keeping the game close.
Last 10th inning, you started that little rally there, but take us through that at bat. Obviously we got a little wild, their closer, but what were you looking for and what were you trying to do? I
was sitting on a cutter. He's a cutter slider guy, so I was just trying to see the ball in, and he didn't really give me anything good. At 3-0, I had a fake bunt and went off my hands, and so 3-1, whatever, and then he threw a ball up. So it was a pretty easy at-bat, not like an easy at-bat, but it was just an at-bat that he wasn't really anywhere in the zone. So
once Howard hit that ball, were you thinking 4 or just trying to get to third?
Yeah, I was thinking 4 right away, but I guess the right fielder made a great play on it to keep it to a double. But yeah, MH stopped me, and I was thinking 4 though.
CJ Moran comes up. What's your thought process there at third base, especially with the infield's in and they're all shifted to his pole side?
No, I was just thinking back the ball up. I mean, it's wide open, and then he just hit a laser. I thought I was going to get caught for a second. That would have been a great play, but saw the ball down and went celebrating with the boys.
Coach Ungricht talked about at the end of the game on Tuesday about winning the free 90 battle, right? And that was something that didn't go your guys' way on Tuesday. You guys seem to be a little bit more locked in on that. What is that battle, and how much do you guys use that to really be the team that you are?
I mean, recently, that's kind of been one of the bigger talking points in the locker room and with the coaches, and the free 90 war is how many free passes, whether that's a walk, hit by pitch, error, that we give up and the other team gives up. So we're trying to have less free 90s than the other team, and we won that tonight, and good things happen when you get free runners.
2-5 also mentioned you guys celebrate the little things. I mean, there's a lot of, you guys almost get more excited for walks than home runs. I mean, everybody's bought in on that. How's that approach? What makes those moments so important to you guys?
I mean, just getting on base is just huge, whether that's a leadoff runner on. We call that a lube in our program, and I just think celebrating the little things is when you're getting hit by a pitch, nobody wants to get hit by a pitch, but we do that for the team, and so we're going to celebrate that. And if you have a good at-bat, it's a walk, we're going to celebrate that too. And because sometimes those little things just go unnoticed, and that's really what helps us win baseball games.
2-5 also said that you're a Torero at heart. You love being a Torero. What's it mean to be a San Diego Torero to you?
I mean, it's awesome. The family, the culture. I mean, it's the best. I love USD, and so happy I'm here. So happy I'm a Torero.
They moved the student section. They had a lot of people out there. You guys got to see it now from across the dugout. What was that experience like, seeing a bunch of guys and girls, your college classmates out there making some noise for you?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was electric. I mean, they're making so much noise, whether that was them singing, basically, out there and just crushing the Michigan players. But, yeah, they said that. I was talking to some of the guys on second base from Michigan. They're like, yeah, they're relentless. But no, that's fun. That's a fun atmosphere. That's probably the best atmosphere we've had here since I've been playing here for the last 2 years, and that was amazing.
What would your message be to students to come out and watch?
We just had a great game. It was super fun. Ask any of the people that are in the student section. I know you'll have a good time. I know it. And it's free Chick-fil-A. Who doesn't want Chick-fil-A?
Anything else for Cade?
Looked like you caught a hard line drive and sort of framed it. And caught it. I'm gonna show that to low liners.
I like to show it off to Lobby sometimes. Remind him who's the better framer.
You also caught at least one really big league pop up, like way in the air. So what's the hardest play for you? The huge pop up, the hard liner, or like a tough grounder?
I'd say it depends. If it's windy, I mean, that pop-up, it's going up, coming down in a different direction. I'd probably say, like, the pop-up if it's windy, but if it's, like, a tough grounder, I mean, that's probably the hardest play, but I love making a tough grounder play. Yeah.
Take us to the last inning, start to finish from CJ Moran's perspective.
Yeah, so I remember I was up fourth. I remember being on defense. I was like, okay, I'm going to get a chance to end this game. After that third out, running in, I was like, I'm up fourth, and just hoping my guys would get me up and just really wanting that moment. I know I did have a double before that, but before that I was struggling today, but just knowing I really wanted that fit that bat. And in my head, that was the only thing going on is like, I want to win this game for this team, and that was my mindset going up. And being fourth up, just needed one guy to get on base. Luckily, we had Cade Martinez get a walk, and then Aiden Howard with that double, so they kind of set me up for success. All I had to do was put the ball in the air, and I was able to get it done, and just super hyped for the team, super hyped we could get that win, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Last time we talked, you said you're hitting your best when you're hitting up the middle. We talked to 2-5 about it. I mean, the shifts on you have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
That last inning, not only were they to your full side like you've normally seen all year, but they were also in, did you take a peek at that? Were you looking for outside? I mean, how does that, without affecting your at-bat, what are you thinking about when you see it?
Yeah, for sure. When I stepped in the box, I saw shortstop wide open. I was like, nobody's there. I mean, might as well try to put it there. I think that's the easiest spot, put it on the ground right there, and I was able to execute. I knew they were going to go away on me. They've been going away all day, so I got the first pitch as a fastball away, and I fouled it off, and I was like, okay, they're going to keep going there, and I was able to stay back on it and drive it the other way. So that was the process, and that was the way to go.
Obviously, the start to the season, average wasn't very high. You're starting to rack it up right now. How comfortable are you feeling right now in the box and getting used to playing here?
Yeah, I'm feeling super comfortable. I think I'm seeing the ball really well. A couple of mechanics things here and then they got to tweak, but seeing the ball really well. They had some credit to their pitchers today. They had some good pitchers. That really tall guy really shut us up for a while. He had a really good breaking ball, and it was tough to see, but I got to see him my second at bat and was able to hit that breaking ball. So I think I'm seeing it really well, just a couple of mechanics things here and there, and just keep trusting the process, and I think I'll be fine.
Let's think about what was the dugout like? You guys gave up 4, top of the fourth. You guys were able to answer. What does that say about this team? And then, what was the message going into that inning?
2-5 brought us together right after that inning. It's like, guys, let's go. We're better than this. The dugout's been flat this game. We kind of came out really flat in the dugout. Pitcher, Diego was fighting up there. Diego's our guy, and we have his back, and we kind of weren't having his back as a dugout and as an offense, and he kind of brought us together. He's fighting his ass off. Let's get his back here, and we're like, yeah, we know we got this. We just needed that little push, and I know that inning we were able to get 4 and get back the inning and tie that inning up. So I think that was really great for us, and I think that was really great for the culture, and we just have each other's backs. We're just passing to the next guy. We call it bounce pass. Try to get that next guy up, pass the baton, and they'll get us in.
We asked 2-5 about it, but from your perspective as a younger player in this program, to see a veteran player like Gutierrez on the mound on Friday, and then the way he responded after that 4th inning, what does that say about your Friday night guy? What's it like playing behind him? Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. He's our guy. Seeing him progress throughout the fall, having to face him throughout the fall, you know how nasty that guy is, and you know how confident and how comfortable he is up there, and just being able to play left field, watching it firsthand, seeing his confidence and seeing his ability to get guys out is awesome. He makes my job really easy. I don't get a lot of fly balls when he's pitching, so I love seeing him out there. Playing in front of the crowd tonight, student section in full force. You guys had a good angle at it on the other side.
Yeah.
Behind the Michigan dugout. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, it was awesome. Electric. There's not a lot to say about it. I'm glad they showed out. Coach did a really good job recruiting them, getting them out here today. So it was awesome to see them come out and support us, and you could just feel their energy behind us, especially in that last inning. And then their shirts off were at the end, and my shirt was off, and I was trying to get them going with that at the end. So that was kind of fun.
Third extra inning game already this season. Did the first couple help you guys with tonight? I mean, is having experience in extra innings helpful for you guys?
I think for sure. I think it totally helps, but I think we're completely prepared. Even with or without extra innings, we have a lot of fight in us. We're a fighting team, and we won't quit till that last second or till that last inning. So no matter how many innings we play, we're gonna have that energy, and we're gonna compete till the end. So.
I know this happened on Tuesday, but we couldn't talk to you on Tuesday after the game. Take us through that catch in the ninth inning.
I mean, saw it go up in the air, and then just tracked it down, and then I was able to look down last second before I saw the little fence, and it was kind of perfect height. It was right at my waistline, so I was able to reach over, and it kind of took me over, but I think I was able to track it down. It was tailing away, and was able to just track it down and kind of flipped over, and it was super cool. I was trying to find the video of it, but there's a pole in the ways, but but it was super awesome. I think that feeling and then this walk-off feeling, I think they're pretty similar, and just how the guys rally behind me, just seeing them come out and supporting me was just awesome. There's no better feeling in the world.
Obviously, a lot of exciting plays already in the season. You guys are only a handful of games in, 9 games in, play 10th game tomorrow. What's about, how can you use that momentum and continue that into the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna I guess flush it today. I mean, we're gonna celebrate tonight and then wake up in the morning, get ready to go. We got to lift tomorrow morning, so get ready to go and just keep the momentum, keep the grind going. We have Kyle Body on the mound, and we have his back always, just like last weekend, and we're just gonna ride it out.
Tell us about that post-game celebration, the walk-off celebration, specifically why and how it ended with you shirtless.
I honestly don't know. Everyone was just trying to take my shirt off, and I was like, I mean, I can't stop it. There's 20 dudes coming after me trying to take my shirt off, but I don't know. After seeing it drop, and then you're running the outfield, I was trying to stay far away from everybody as I could, and they just kept coming in, and it's just a surreal feeling, and I hope to feel that feeling again, and hope we can continue to win.